Welcome to Grey County Life. I'm Sarah Carmichael. JC is off this week. I am joined by
Vivica. Hello. You may have seen me here once before.
Also seen on
My River District on Rogers TV.
There you go. Now Vivica is with the River District, obviously, and what has been going on? I know you guys have got a bunch of events coming up. You've been busy.
Yeah, it's been wild. So January was pretty low key, and I was like, yeah, this is really great. And then February hit, and it's like, better be running. And so we've been working with the Bright Shore Hospital Foundation, and they're going to be bringing a celebration, which apparently is a hockey term. I apologize for not knowing that. Down to the River District. They're going to have official rinks on road hockey rinks on the road with boards, with real referees, the whole gambit. You sign up with your team. I think you play a minimum of 3 games, and then there's possibly some, competition after that and things. They're going to have all sorts of things to engage with. Of course, all the businesses will be open, restaurants, all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be the perfect day for family days out, especially if you have kids that play, or if you play yourself, because there's an adult division.
Okay.
So just go to, Google Bright Shores Celebration.
Yeah, I think it's like brightshoresfoundation.ca or something.
Yeah,
and then
they've
you
got
can
it there.
Go to the event page from there. But yeah, that's happening on Star Wars Day.
Yes.
May the 4th.
May the 4th be with you. So we're really, really excited for the first year event. It's supposed to be just really wicked. And they've got all these great examples of what it's going to look like and everything. And then following that 2 weeks later, because I leave no time for anything else, we've got the first annual Wheel and Ride Safety Festival. Safety Festival. So we've done the Wheel and Ride a few times now.
Right.
The last time we were working with the Optimus and the Kiwanis and Owen Sound Police Services, and they created this kind of initiative where they kind of upcycle bikes with Scenic Cycle, and he kind of refurbishes them, and then they give them to children and people in need in the community. So we gave out nearly 30 bikes last September.
Okay.
So if you have a bike, go to owensoundriverdistrict.ca. It'll all be there, I promise. And you can give bikes for that.
Yeah, this is a good way, especially this time of year, if you're cleaning out your garage or your shed and you're finding a bike that no one in your house rides anymore.
Yep.
Maybe your kid has outgrown it. Maybe it's an old bike that is still of good use though, and they can just tune it up and hand it over to someone that maybe couldn't otherwise afford it. I think that's really a great way to reduce, reuse, recycle. Yeah,
and the hope is that, those kids that may have taken it, kids grow so fast, they're out of the bike in about 2 years. So if they continue to bring it back and Scenic Cycle, does a little tinkering on it and stuff like that, and it gets in the hands of another kid, I think we're creating a really nice streamline of helping in the community to help these people get around.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And I know that people look forward to the Wheel and Ride because it's just a lot of fun, and there's a barbecue and stuff that goes on.
And a tattoo parlor. Of course. Which is my favorite. The best is when the adults get into it and they've just got sleeves of tattoos and you're like, okay, I get it. Temporary tattoos.
Right. They scrub off. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we're going to see what the Safety Festival and how that unfolds. The police are going to go a little bit bigger than they have. I think we're going to have their safety village, and of course they're going to be there representing with a little, path for the bikes to take.
Right.
And at the heart of it is a bike rodeo.
Yeah.
So come down, learn the rules of the road, that kind of stuff. It'll be really, really fun.
Amazing. And then of course the hottest street sale.
Oh man.
Hardest yard sale.
Yeah. And
street
so immediately
sale?
After that.
Which one is it? Street sale or yard sale?
Street sale.
It's okay.
Yeah. It changed. I don't know when.
Yeah.
But it did change. So it's the hottest street sale. That is on July 13th this year. So the holiday weekend is the week before. This is a second official weekend of the month. And we're gearing up for another great year, working with Summer Folk again. We'll bring you the stage. The Owen Sound District Chamber of Commerce is doing the community stage again. So if you know anybody who dances or has puppets or anything like that, and they want to perform on this stage, which is actually the steps of City Hall,
right?
They can sign up with the Owen Sound District Chamber of Commerce.
Amazing. So you're busy.
A little bit.
So you're a lot busier than me these days, but that's for sure. But other than that, other than working, you've been good?
Yeah, I've been good.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm good. Yeah, I mean, right now it's sort of that in between seasons. I don't know how to dress.
Sure.
Because one day it's -4 when I wake up, and then I go to work, and by the time I'm coming out of work, it's 16 degrees. And I'm don't need all the layers that I've got on, so it's kind of hard for that way. But I'm looking forward to really getting into the spring summer weather. especially for dog walking and being outside and all the great events that the city hosts. And I know that, Jen Wright was telling us that TD Harbor Nights is coming back, so we're looking forward to that. Music at the market, all this good stuff. We're so lucky to have so many activities going on in our area during the summer months. And
to kick that off, they're going to have Jen's working on the Home and Cottage Expo.
That's right.
Which is coming up. So that's a nice little kickoff to the spring weather. And stuff.
Yeah, and that one, I think they still have some space for the outdoor vendors if someone is interested in showing off their ATVs or their boats or their sheds or their docks or whatever, they can still register for that. But it's a good opportunity. It was funny because she has been on to talk about it, and I was like, so home and cottage, it's a pretty broad sort of categories. And I was like, what are you looking for? And she's like, anything that has to do with home and cottage, whether you're renovations, landscaping, decorating, if you're someone that, actually physically builds houses and builds cottages and stuff like that. It's so vast. And then having the marketplace this year is really cool.
It's gonna be fabulous.
The home-based businesses, the artisans and stuff like that.
Well, if you get a cottage, you need to decorate it.
Right. And why wouldn't you want to have original, original stuff? So that's going to be a lot of fun. So that's May 11th and 12th at the Bay Shore. And that is from 10 to 4, I believe, each of those days. Or is it 10 to 3?
Not too sure, but it's on the website.
And you can actually buy tickets already for that as well if you go to tickets.attackhockey.com. Speaking of Attack, they also have tickets on sale for their playoff games.
Very exciting.
So if you're interested in seeing playoff Attack hockey, I would recommend that you go and get yourself some tickets because those are probably going to sell out really quickly. Tickets.attackhockey.com. On the show today, we're very excited. We've got Gord and Mike coming on to talk about the Queensbush Bluegrass Club because they've got an upcoming concert next month and they're really excited about it and we're excited about it also. Plus, a friend of ours, Adrienne Robinson from Sugar Dust Baking, will be in to decorate cupcakes, and we're going to have Renee from the Owen Sound Animal Shelter, and that is all coming up on Grey County Life.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Our family used to be so fun. Now my brother takes care of me. I miss Mom and Dad being around more. Mom says things are going to get better.
After a night out with your friends, there's always options for getting home safely. You could call your BFF, your mom or dad, whoever you can count on for a safe ride home. You could call your favorite cab company or 1-888 taxi guy. Or you could use the Arrive Alive smartphone app to help you choose your ride. Be it a friend, transit, or taxi, getting home safely is app easy. Now available for iOS and Android devices. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Grey County Life. Joining us in studio from the Queensbush Bluegrass Club, Gord and Mike. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hello. Nice to be here.
Nice to have you here to talk about an upcoming show. But before we get into that, Tell us about the Queensbush Bluegrass Club, because I'll be honest, I'm not really that familiar with it.
Neither am I, but it sounds great.
Well, if you're a music lover, and especially bluegrass music, you've heard of the Queensbush Bluegrass Club. We've been around for 23? 2001. At which time it was just an informal gathering of like-minded musicians that like bluegrass and old-time country and some fiddle tunes. And after several years, we kind of got a little bit bigger, made it more official. It's a real club now. And we meet every week, Thursday nights, at the Owen Sound Legion, around 7 o'clock, and have a good old time. You never know who's going to show up, so it's always a mystery, and it's always a surprise to see how much good musicians there are out there in the community that like this music like we do.
Well, bluegrass music is roots-based. It's, of course, out of the Appalachians, which everybody here, if anybody has never heard about bluegrass, if they ever watched the Beverly Hillbillies.
Andy Griffith Show.
Yeah, Andy Griffith.
Petticoat Junction.
Their background music was bluegrass. There's been some really great entertainers that have crossed over from bluegrass. Vince Gill, Ricky Skaggs have gone to country, which they got their start in bluegrass music. And Ricky Skaggs was a prodigy with Bill Monroe, who's the father of bluegrass music. So, and on mandolin, he's just an unbelievable mandolin player. So so the roots are deep as far as bluegrass is concerned. We have tried to carry on the tradition here in Owen Sound. Mike talks about Thursday night. If you just want to come out and watch it, we're at the Legion. We're the old ladies' lounge. I don't know what they call it now.
Ladies Auxiliary?
Pardon?
Ladies Auxiliary.
Oh, ladies' auxiliary room. So we're there, and some nights we can have a whole bunch of different people show up. Bluegrass music, basically everybody knows banjo. The banjo
That's
to
what I
me
think
is
of when
if
I
you
think of bluegrass.
you don't have banjo, you don't have bluegrass. Then you have mandolin, then you have a guitar, and obviously a bass. And bass is usually stand up. I got tired of hauling my stand up bass around, so I gave it to a good home. Well, with a little help to me, but bass is also the bottom end. So basically 4 to 5 instruments in a group, high lonesome harmonies, which you get.
Good instrumentalists.
Good instrumentalists. We've got some fine in the area. Mike is a really good guitar player and probably one of the best harp players, harmonica players in the area. So.
And bluegrass has been around in this area for a long time as well. It's not really well established, not widespread, but those people who know it well. And I'm always amazed to find out, still at this time, after this many years, there's still new people out there I haven't met yet. And they come out once in a while and just blow you away. It's fun. It's a great deal of joy for us to get together.
Yeah, and I would imagine that you invite people of all ages to come out.
Absolutely. Yes. Like just last week, we had some younger folks. They're probably in their early 20s, never met them before, and they never met us, and they just showed up. And the guy plays a killer guitar, and she was an awesome singer. So it's nice to see new people come out.
Yeah, that sounds actually like a lot of fun.
It is. I mean, when but COVID kind of ruined it a bit for us too, like it did for everybody, because we had to shut down. We had to cancel some concerts because of COVID. We had some really good lineup. We're just starting back with it, and but so many. There's so many good bluegrass artists. Tyler Beckett. Yeah. Unbelievable fiddle player. Played with the Chapmans.
And Lindsay.
And Lindsay played with the Chapmans, and they recruited him from being at Deerhurst one day. He's won the top fiddle player for the area for bluegrass. So it's here. Yeah. His whole family has been involved in bluegrass. The dad, Lindsay, and that. So the roots are there, and we're slowly starting to come back to get people interested in bluegrass. And I was an old rock and roller. I showed up one day at a thing. The guy said, "You want to come play bass at my house?" I said, "What are you playing?" He said, "Bluegrass." I says, "I don't have an idea how to play it." He said, "Listen, you'll catch on." And I still haven't caught on.
Still working on it.
Still working on it, yes, true.
It's easy to play, but very difficult to perfect.
Ah, there you go.
You know, we've been putting on these, we're talking about concerts, you know, we've been doing that for like 17 years, I think. COVID put an end to that.
Right.
And now we're settling back into the point where we're introducing our concert series once again. This year we're going with one. Traditionally we've had 2, 3, as many as 4 concerts a year, but we're just going with the one, kind of getting back into the water and see how that feels.
Right.
See what kind of turnout we get. So.
Right, and so tell us about this concert. So I understand it's at the Harmony Center.
Absolutely. Some people still think of it as the old Knoxter.
I do, I'll be honest.
It's only ever been the Harmony Center for me.
Okay.
But what the Harmony Center, its board of directors and what they've done is amazing with the inside of that church. They've removed the pews, which were there for years, and now it's fixed seating. They have an unbelievable sound system, which was installed by Kevin Moyes. And but Kevin will do sound. He will be in Florida. He won't be doing it for us that day. But they have the full facilities. You know, and a lot of people say, well, there's no parking. Well, there is a lot of parking within the area. Behind Dairy Queen, there's the parking municipal there. You can, believe it or not, I don't know whether I should say this or not, but there's an empty parking lot behind the old Sun Times building after 7 o'clock, which you can get into. And then at the professional center, the back parking lot is not reserved, so you can park there. And then, of course, the streets on 2nd Avenue, 8th Street. Is it 8th Street that it's on, or 9th Street? 9th Street, and 3rd Avenue. So there are parking spaces.
Yeah.
So if you were at the Bayshore Community Center and you ended up going to a hockey game and you're 3 rows back, you're walking the same distance from the back of the Bayshore to the back door as you would from the Dairy Queen to the Harmony Center.
Right.
So when people say there's no parking, there is parking and it is available. And they're turning it into a first world-class venue.
Right.
So we're really pleased to be there, actually.
We got to tell them who the headliners are.
Yeah, tell us a bit about who's going to be performing at the show. So it's happening
We're not doing it?
on April 11th.
It's a Thursday night.
Is this the first time he's hearing this, that he's not the headliner?
He's like that. He's a good guy to be around. He's always uplifting.
Yeah. Oh, I've known him my whole life, pretty much.
Have you?
Yeah,
Of course you have.
Yeah, of course I have. Well, I grew up with his sons going to First United Church, and so my family grew up with his family. And as I said, I've known Robbie's about the same age as me, so I've known him for years. And yeah, so I've known Gord a long time. Have you heard this man sing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would hope so.
I've played with Gord many times on stage. Actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because he used to sing the odd time in church, and it was always very, very special. His rendition of "Oh Holy Night," especially.
Oh, you're doing that to me. You make me famous, are you?
Well, I mean, you got to give credit where it's due.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
He's inspiring.
But with me, though, with Bluegrass, my voice is usually backup vocals. I don't do a lot of leads, primarily because it is a little bit, it's not really, I don't consider it that it's the best voice to be, although I do.
Higher octave, maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
So how these concerts usually work is there are other bluegrass clubs in Ontario, and there's an amalgamation of informal, pick up the phone, call Ottawa, call Hamilton. So we'll hire a band out of the U.S. because there's a lot of really top-notch, excellent talent, and we'll settle on a band to come do a tour. Okay. So for example, on Wednesday, the 10th, they'll be in Ottawa. On the Thursday, they'll be in Owen Sound. Then on the Friday, they go to Hamilton. Wow. We're talking about the Kevin Prater Band. Top-notch, wonderful musicians. Got a killer band behind Kevin. Kevin's known as a multi-instrumentalist. He plays equally well guitar, banjo, mandolin. Usually plays mandolin. Does a lot of the high-end singing. People just love that, because of the harmonies that you can build from that. Yeah. And the fiddle player, she is awesome. She's one of the best I've heard in bluegrass. But they'll be here, like I say, on the Thursday, April 11th. And we have an opening band as well. Our club always prides themselves in bringing local talent to the stage before the opening or before the guest act. And this year we have a group that calls themselves Gimme 3 Notes. And they're all from the Chatsworth area, and they get together on a regular basis, and they play a lot of old-time fiddle music, and they also play bluegrass and old country. So we asked them if they'd like to open for that, and they said absolutely. So they've got maybe 4, 5, 6 members. I don't know how many. They're going to come into town and open up the show for us. Be a small break, and then Kevin Prater and his gang will come on, be an intermission, and then a second act. And it should be a really good night.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. And bluegrass music is upbeat, and
nice
it's energetic. It's like toe tapping and all that stuff. Because I know we have a clip actually from the Kevin Prater band. So this is them performing Kentucky Girl.
Kentucky women here tonight. Simple title, The Kentucky Girl. Jake, will you do that for me, please?
That is.
We're gonna go with the baby. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
That's the Kevin Prater Band, Kentucky Girl on Grey County Live. They will be performing at the Harmony Center on April 11th, a presentation from the Queensbush Bluegrass Club. So how do people get tickets if they are interested in being there?
Just happen to have a poster in front of me. Says here, you can get tickets at Long and McQuaid here in Owen Sound, also Bayshore Country Feeds. And they'll have tickets available. If you know any of the members in the club, you can phone them. We have a Facebook page as well. It's Queensbush Bluegrass. You can get in contact with us that way. Give us a phone call, give us a text, get a hold of Long and McQuaid and Bayshore Feeds. So,
all right, and the tickets are $20 in advance, $25 at the doors.
Yes, that's right.
I think I read.
That's right, and as a special offer, today only, we have 2 complimentary tickets we're going to give away.
Oh, very nice.
I don't know how we're going to do it, but we'll leave it with Rogers.
They should phone in and get it and answer a skill
testing question.
What's the best television program on Rogers TV? When they say Grey County Life, they get them right, no problem at all. No, I'm just kidding. You can distribute those how you wish.
Well, we appreciate that. That's very nice.
But if they want 2 people can call in and get them. That works for us too.
Right.
We really do enjoy bringing this style of music to the area. we're hoping that this concert's going to be really successful, because if so, then we may go back to what we called our Wintergrass series and probably bring in 2 or 3.
Yeah, you're kind of testing the waters,
yes,
right? To
again,
see, yeah.
again.
It's been 3 or 4 years since we had concerts of this caliber in our area because of COVID, trying to get back on our feet.
Yeah.
So we're a bit of an experiment to see, I know the interest is out there. We'll just see who comes out.
Right.
We tend to draw from an older crowd, so we'll see if they can manage to come out, and the younger crowd is more than welcome, of course. And it's always fun to watch younger players because they haven't been exposed as much as, say, Gord and I, and they're just mesmerized sometimes, And you can see guitar players sit in the crowd, a young fella, and he's just glued to that guy playing on the stage, trying to pick up whatever he can. Right. Hot licks or the ways of playing and different kinds of voice presentation. So it's a learning opportunity as well. So
right, yeah, absolutely. And I said, I've seen some bluegrass before, and you watch the videos or you've seen them in person, and the way their fingers move, it's so fast.
Wild.
With the banjos and stuff and the mandolins, it's an incredible skill to have. And how long have you been playing? Because Gord mentioned you play guitar, so how long have you been?
I've been playing guitar and bass and harmonica and a few other instruments since I was a young child.
Okay.
But I really like the guitar mostly, and singing as well. I'm not a great singer, but I like singing anyways.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
It's actually more fun if you're not that good.
In Mike's case, it's make a joyful noise.
I figure if you sing it from the heart, it can't be that bad.
Aw, I like that.
No, actually, Mike does very, very well. We joke about stuff, but Mike's been around and been in many, many good bands around the area, been on stage. He's multi-instrument too.
Well, yourself, we toured all over Ontario. Yeah, and sometimes together.
Yes, God, that's bad news. That was the worst time with you, I tell you. But when I started playing, I started playing piano when I was 8. My mother wanted me to learn, and after 2 years of struggling for no practice time and wanting to be outside playing.
You might have joked about the Beverly Hillbillies and Petticoat Junction, but truly, that's where I first got my interest. And back then, there was no internet, there was no Bluegrass magazine, it was never on the news. So it was hard to seek out anybody who knew anything about it.
Right.
And every opportunity I had, I traveled far to get just to see real musicians playing this earth music, down home. It's so natural for them and so honest.
Amazing. Well, if you are interested in bluegrass and you would like to check out the show, April 11th at the Harmony Center. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Check out the Queensbush Bluegrass Club on Facebook for details.
Johnny wanted to go back home. It was 1,000 kilometers away. They forced him to go to the Indian residential school. More than 150,000 of us children had to go. They wanted to change us.
Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name.
Hallowed be your name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
Kill the Indian and the child. It's been called cultural genocide. I survived residential school. My brother Johnny did not.
Shawnee Wenjack was one of thousands of children who died due to Canada's residential school system. More than 80,000 survivors and their families still live with its legacy today.
Hey, I'm Jake Crawford. And I'm Cedric Gano. And make sure you tune in on Attack Rap every week on Rogers TV to make sure you know what's going on with your own sound tech.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
Welcome back to Grey County Life. It is now time for a cupcake decorating segment. We've been waiting for this. We've got Adrienne Robinson from Sugar Dust Baking. So first of all, let's talk a little bit about the business.
Yeah.
So you and your mom own Sugar Dust.
Yep.
How long have you guys been operating?
We've been in the River District for 4.5 years now. So we were open kind of out of our house for probably about a year and a half before that. And then, yeah, we took the leap and we've had 2 locations downtown, just kind of doors away from each other. But yeah, 4.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you started out at your house with the holiday platters,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the beginning. That was the beginning of it. And now we're plugging along.
Amazing.
That was the beginning of my addiction.
Yeah.
That's begun.
Yes.
It has begun, yeah.
So how long have you actually been baking, your whole life, pretty much?
Yeah, so I baked with my mom and my grandma growing up. And I didn't really think of it as a career. I was a nurse before the whole baking thing happened. And then when I wasn't happy in healthcare, I decided, well, maybe we could actually give this baking thing a real chance. We really started at Katy Market in 2019, and then everyone would ask us, where can we get your stuff aside from a Tuesday? And I'm like, nowhere really. And then we saw our first space, opened that October, and then opened the new one October of 21.
Wow.
So I've pretty much been baking all my life, not really formally trained, didn't go to school to be a pastry chef or everything, so everything that we do is a lot of trial and error.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if it tastes good.
Right?
Yeah.
A lot of family and friends get the not so pretty things before we get them pretty.
They get to be the taste testers.
That's it. We have a long line of taste testers.
Yeah, you're like, we're looking for the taste, not the aesthetic now.
Yeah. We just need to know that these are going to be good.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
That's so fun. I love it. So you are expanding your business a little bit. You're not just doing, selling cupcakes and scones and stuff. You're also offering classes. I know that you started doing these cupcake decorating classes. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we just started the cupcake ones. I think they were back in February. They're still pretty new. We did some cake workshops late last summer into the fall. We have learned very quickly that cake workshops don't work well in a building that doesn't have AC that likes to work.
Yes.
So when the bakery's sitting at 80 degrees, we can't really frost cakes properly. So we switched to cupcakes. We're a little bit much more forgiving. So they've been going really well. We're aiming to do 2 evening classes a month. And then we've also learned that daytime classes are pretty popular. We actually just did a kids workshop yesterday for March break. That went very well. There was a lot of just icing being ate out of the bags. Yeah, we don't care about the cupcakes.
I promise I wasn't there for that. Or was I?
Yeah. So yeah, we're trying to do 2 evening ones. And then a daytime adult one every month. If we have a month that we think we can fit more in, we will. But yeah, they're super duper popular.
Amazing. Yeah. So you brought us some tools here.
Yeah.
And you're going to teach us about frosting cupcakes. I'll be honest, I am not very neat when it comes to frosting cupcakes.
That's okay.
I'm usually just trying to get
the icing
on it so I can be done with it. Yeah. I don't have a lot of patience when it comes to baking.
I get that. Yeah. So I brought each of you, there's a chocolate, I can put yours over here.
Okay, perfect.
A chocolate and a vanilla cupcake.
Yeah.
And then I did my 2 favorite tips. So the dusty pink one, this is a Wilton 1M.
Okay.
So it's probably the most versatile, most common tip used in bakeries. It's the rosettes that you see. And then the second one, I call this a ribbon tip. We do a lot of our decorative cupcakes with this.
Okay.
So it makes flowers and easy stuff like that. So yeah, basically
easy stuff like flowers.
I mean, we had someone
Easy
come.
for you.
Yeah, we had someone come to a cupcake workshop, had never done cupcakes, piped a rose using this, and it was the most beautiful rose that I can't even pipe.
So you hired them.
I wish I could. We don't have the space. So yeah, what you technically want to do is just pick up your bag. I've got them all loaded for you. If you just give the top a couple twists,
okay.
What that's going to do is stop the icing from coming back up the end on you.
Oh, okay.
Pick whatever cupcake you want.
Okay.
If I show you quick, so we'll just do a normal rosette first. So what we do is start in the middle.
Yeah.
Do a quick push. Just keep even pressure, and then just go out.
You made that look so easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we doing
So
that now?
start in the middle, you said?
No pressure.
I start in the middle. Some people, and again, baking and decorating can be very like personalized. Some people would rather start on the outside and work their way in. I don't like the way it looks when it finishes that way.
I feel like I'm using way more icing.
No, they're beautiful. There's no such thing as too much icing.
That's true.
And it tastes
That's
great.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
There's no such thing. So yeah, this is probably like the most basic but still beautiful cupcake. A lot of our cupcakes in the cases have this kind of icing on it, which is just like a simple rosette. And then the other one, which we can do, which is a little bit funner, is if you take the little pink one again.
Okay.
And then what we do is kind of the same deal, but we just do 2 little baby ones. So
Okay.
just 2 little guys.
Okay.
And then if you take your ribbon one, and the biggest tip I can give you with this is you want the skinny part. So there's like a kind of chonky round part on the bottom. You want it at the bottom. So just flip yours. Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing, just give the ends a twist. And then what I do is kind of, you'll have probably half of a cupcake, a little bit more left.
Yep.
Yeah, you can do either side here, Vivica. And what you want to do with this one is we're just going to push and then create a little bit of a ribbon. And then if you leave a little bit of space, I can show you another little. Yep, and you'll literally just make it wave.
I don't know why I'm shaking.
All eyes are on
It's
you.
very
the pressure.
tense, yeah. So yeah, this
It's not
is
like we're selling these.
I mean, no, you're going to eat them. They're going
Right.
to stay here with you guys because I don't need them. And then what I like to do sometimes, you could pull that ribbon like all the way over.
Right.
But then if you're wanting like a little bit of a textural difference, what I will sometimes do is grab the 1M and just do little spurts.
Oh my goodness.
And then that way you've kind of got 3 little different techniques on
I can't
any
follow
open
directions.
space. That's okay.
So I'm just going to do this on the side.
There's no such thing as an ugly cupcake. Beautiful.
It looks like a plant, which is nice
Yeah.
for springtime. We're
Yeah.
almost into springtime.
We did kind of Eastery colors. We did a
Yes.
dusty pink. And then this is an emerald green that we do.
How long would it take you to ice, like, say, 12 cupcakes? Like minutes?
Yeah, if it depends. Like if we're just doing simple ones like this, I could probably get 12 done in like less than 5 minutes. If it's just one color. If we're doing like a little bit of different icing variations and colors, that
Right.
can take a bit longer. But once it's all in the bags and prepped, it's just a matter of like going through the motion of figuring out. But
Amazing.
yeah,
So these are your favorite tips, pretty much? What
these
you like
are my
to use?
favorite tips. Yeah.
And how many tips are there? Like, we're talking like
Oh,
dozens?
man.
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
So there's so these are just basic decorating tips. You can then get into like Russian tips, which
love Russian tips.
aren't they cool? I can't make them work.
I don't know what
No?
they are.
Yeah, so they are tips that will actually like you press and lift, and it will pipe a flower. So they're super cool. And then you can get into like there's more tips that have like space in the middle, so it would leave like a spot if you wanted to do filling on the top of your cupcake. So there's stuff like that. And then there's smallers of this, there's biggers of this, there's smallers of this. Like there's so many that you can choose from. Is that good?
Look, I'm doing it.
Amazing.
Delicious. Yeah.
Amazing. So I know that, as I said, we've got cupcake workshops. You're
Yep.
hoping to get more of those going.
Yeah.
And then also, I know that we were talking before we started filming that Easter is coming up super quick.
Very fast. Yeah.
And so I know that you guys do some orders for Easter. You will take orders for stuff.
Yeah, so we have them posted on both our Instagram and our Facebook now. They weren't something that I was smart enough to get loaded on our website in order to have like the different categories. We're doing something new this year, which we haven't done at Easter, which is cookie platters, kind of like what we do at the holidays. So there's going to be like Easter bark, there's going to be some Easter blossoms. If you like noodle cookies at Christmas, we're going to do those, but turn them Eastery.
Little nest with some eggies in them?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, it's mini egg season and we're all here for it. So yeah, we'll have those. We'll have your pies. Hot crust buns are back for around Easter. But yeah, I think a lot of people haven't registered yet that it's 2.5 weeks away now. So we're going to get a lot of panicked orders, I'm sure. So yeah, the sooner the better. That people can get those in.
And you can't go wrong with a cookie platter, like a crowd pleaser.
It's everything.
Yeah.
And I would say the majority of orders that have come through are those. We will also have extras every pickup day. We're generally not open Good Friday. We've taken it off every other year, but I said this year, maybe we'll be open. So we're open Good Friday, so pickups can either be Friday or Saturday of Easter weekend.
Right. And there would be, and if you don't have an order, get there early.
Yeah.
I've literally watched people line up in front of, I work across the street, so it's a dangerous place for me to be, right? Working across from the bakery.
Yeah.
Because I always am like, I deserve a treat today. And I just
Every day.
Every day. I work hard. I need treats. Anyway, but I'll be looking out the window and you see people 10 to 9, quarter to 9, lined up.
It can be very sporadic and what days actually have. I can almost guarantee Saturdays now. We generally have a few people, if it's not nice weather, hanging out in their cars, and then the minute they see me unlock the door, they beeline it. But during the week, it can be a little bit different. We have random days where we have people waiting, and I'm like, it's only Wednesday. What are you guys doing? But yeah.
You love to see it though.
That's it. We
right?
need it. We love And then we have Brianna, who's part-time.
The tall human.
Yeah, the tall human. That's what we call
her nickname.
She's on vacation right now. She's actually on a plane on her way to Cuba.
Oh, well.
So she just skipped out and decided to leave us. But yeah, we do have limits that we can take on, which is why we try to push pre-orders. Or if people are actually wanting specific things and they can't make it until later in the day, to call us, and if we can, we'll sit it aside so that they're not disappointed.
Yeah.
And Fridays and Saturdays, you're doing little cheesecakes.
Yes, those have become super, super, super popular. So yeah, they're about 3 inches individual size. I mean,
one sitting.
That's it, right? Just one good snack.
Yeah.
So they're Fridays and Saturdays for sure. We're debating ramping them up Wednesday, Thursdays. We will also be bringing cream puffs, which are new. Yep, we're just working on.
You have my attention.
Say more.
Yeah. So we're just working on really just finessing how we want them to look and what the different flavors are. They probably will not. They might pop up a little bit before Easter, but they won't be something that's on the menu every day until after Easter when we get through that. But we're trying to keep things exciting.
Are you going to fill them with pastry cream or with whipped cream?
So we're probably going to do a little bit of both. Some will be a whipped cream because I know that there's people that don't like the pastry diplomat thing. And then we'll do some that have the diplomat cream in it. So there'll be 2 kind of looks. One will be chopped in half with whipped cream. The other one will fill from the bottom,
nice.
so it'll actually look like a shell. So, yeah.
Now I'm going to dream about those.
Right? We've already had so many questions. When are they coming?
Yeah,
Hold on.
But it's good though because even if let's say you felt crazy, you're like, let's just make a few, put them out there, see if they sell.
Yeah.
Right? It's such a trial and error kind of business, right?
We never know what's going to go, what's going to be popular, what's going to not be popular.
Yeah.
Another thing that will be coming is, I don't know if you guys are, I'm assuming you're on TikTok or Reels or whatever.
Yeah.
The chocolate chip cookie croissants.
Oh.
Yes.
I just saw this.
Yeah.
I just saw this. Yes.
So it's a croissant that's baked, cut in half. You then put cookie dough in it. And rebake it. So it's like a croissant and a cookie.
Yes.
Right? So we made one. We did it with a regular size croissant. It was a lot. It is very decadent. You probably don't need a full one. So we're working on getting mini croissant.
Yeah.
So we can have little mini guys.
Yeah, because your croissants come in.
Yeah, we bring those in from Chef Patrick in Collingwood. They are one thing that we A, don't have the space to do, and B, I don't know how to do it well enough. Laminating
Yeah, you need like a whole machine
you need a
for
whole
laminating
sheeter.
dough.
It's like a full day.
It is a full
Multi-day
process. Yeah, and I didn't want to bring it in from like a massive source. That I wanted them local and hand rolled, and they do everything by themselves. So yeah, they come in, they get baked fresh every morning.
Right.
So yeah, if we can help another local business while still making yummy treats. Then,
Well, and plus you partner with Sundays.
Yep.
For the ice cream sandwiches.
They'll be opening
soon.
I want to say soon. Yeah, I'm not really sure. We'll get a message.
Yeah,
from
that's
Tim or
another
Rita.
nice little partnership.
Yeah.
You provide the chocolate chip cookies, and they make the ice cream
monster
sandwiches.
ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah, they're huge.
Known people to put them back in the freezer for 3 days, bringing it out every once in a while because they're so
like
big.
a bite, and then you put it back.
I call them amateurs, but
yeah, we don't put stuff back in freezers here.
There's no rookies here.
Nope.
Yeah, so they do chocolate chip ones, and then around Christmas, they will actually get our chewy molasses cookies and put the peppermint ice cream on it. So yeah, we try to partner with as many local people as we can. We're toying this summer with bringing in some like fresh produce, depending on what day. So we have some local farmers that we're working with.
Yeah, well, you're also super supportive of, like, as you said, partnering with other smaller businesses. Plus, like, you have like flower bouquets that get brought into the shop.
Those will be coming at Easter. Lauren will be coming with those. She has pre-orders up on her Instagram now.
Okay.
We will also have bouquets that you can just walk in and pick up on both Friday and Saturday. And I think we're gonna have bouquets through the summer again with her. And then we try to do little pop-ups. I mean, we're a small business. We're a woman-owned business. I know that that's really big in our area. So if there's another business that is smaller that wants to get the word out, like our bread guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say your bread guy.
Joe.
Yeah.
Gingy Joe. Yeah. So he's newish, but his bread is absolutely incredible.
Delicious.
So, right? It's so good. So yeah, we have him bring in, and if there's stuff that we can't do, like I can't keep a sourdough starter alive for the like I've killed 3 of them. I've named them all. Rest in peace, I'm done. So let's bring it in again to another small business who has like honed their craft,
Right.
who really specializes in it.
Perfect.
So,
yeah, and even, as I said, even if you go into Sugar Dust, you'll see that they have on display like items from other smaller businesses, like stickers and coffee mugs and things
the
like
cute
that.
little glass jar cups with
That
the
is,
straws.
that is our tall human.
Yes.
So that is our Brianna who
Okay.
does those. Her business, Bee Boutique. She has sweaters. She just went through the whole Taylor Swift craze.
I was there yesterday.
Yeah.
I needed a treat, as I said.
Yeah.
And and I saw the Eras sweatshirts that she created, and I was
Really
like, do I
popular.
need this?
And the answer is yes.
I probably do.
They've been very popular. She did t-shirts for us for our branding shoot. So yeah, again, we've debated kind of switching things out a little bit out front so we can have a little bit more markety stuff there, but it's just a matter of space for us. We don't want it to get too crowded. We still want it to be nice and airy.
Yeah, and I mean, there's room for people to sit. You guys have coffee and stuff, so people can come in for a scone and some coffee.
Not fancy coffee.
No, but it's there.
Yeah,
It's there.
Yeah, it's there. If you want good coffee, go to the Good, go to Frog Pond.
Yeah.
They'll make you a perfect latte.
You're welcome to bring it in and drink it while you eat your scone.
That's right.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, well, if you want to learn more about Sugar Dust, you can find Sugar Dust on Facebook, on Instagram. They do have a website as well, but if you are wanting to get your Easter orders in, it's a good idea to do that. Thank you so much, Adrienne, for coming in. We'll be back next with Renee from the Owen Sound Animal Shelter on Great County Life. Join us on our next episode of Great County Life, as we'll be talking to some great people from within the community, and Renee from the Owen Sound Animal Shelter will be in with an adoptable animal. Hope you can join us.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the set of Attack Rap. I'm your host, Nick Kennedy. This week on the show, we've got Cedric Guindon, number 11, number 16, Jake Crawford, and number 32, Carter George, joining us to talk all things attack action. Stay tuned here on Rogers TV.
Carol Merton. Please join me for HealthLink, a program connecting home, community, and healthcare. Please join me and watch HealthLink on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Grey County Life. We've got Renee here from the Owen Sound Animal Shelter joining us in studio. And as you can see, Vivica has confiscated the dog that Renee brought in.
Well, I'm wondering if she has one at home because, like, if I sit here long enough, she seems to be getting attached. Like, we'll just wait it
I have
out.
2 at home.
Only 2.
But we also have 2 cats, fish, so I might just be able to slide them in under the radar.
No one will know.
No.
I mean, I support that 100%. This poor little guy is the last of his litter. We actually had his litter on a few weeks ago. They were certainly adopted, but this little guy's been waiting out, and we just want to do some promotions to remind people he's still with us.
He's the sweetest.
I know. What we find is with social media is being the primary way that people see them. They're very quick to notice them when they first get posted, and then time kind of goes on, and they're looking for the fresh ones.
Or I think people will often assume because there's been so many likes, so many shares. Oh, those puppies are gone.
They're gone. Yeah, exactly. So this is a reminder that he's still there. And as much as I hate to say it, we still have puppies waiting to come in, which I mean excites everyone else but us. So it is possible that perhaps he will get adopted, which is what we're hoping, but a reminder also that if you're looking, shelters in general are in crisis. We have lists of people waiting to bring dogs in, whether it be puppy or not puppy. Spring's here, and it's a busy time for us with intakes. So we're hoping to increase the outgoes to make that balance out, because certainly as a no-kill shelter, it's so important. They got to go out to bring more in, and I mean, come on, look at him. He's so sad and homeless. He, as being the last puppy, he's had a little bit of an advantage in that he gets a little more handled than the others.
Yeah.
He has been spending his days romping around the building, playing with the cats, playing with the other dogs.
Well,
learning to poop outside.
I saw his video on your Facebook page, and it looked like he was in the office.
He was.
Because like I saw like a rolling chair.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's the advantage that some of the others don't get that go quickly. They don't get to learn about house things, and quite often it's, you know, like a toilet flushing, right?
Yeah, what's that?
Or the phone ringing. And so he's had the experience to do that. He's also got to meet lots of people, and you know what? We have absolutely no concerns about him.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't have any problem being handled.
No, not at all.
No.
He is only going to be a mid-sized dog at best. His mama is with us. She's on her way to the spay end of things, which is good. And she's only 40 pounds, 45 pounds. So looks like a lab, just significantly smaller. And we don't know whose daddy is, but he's not going to be a big boy at all, which is kind of nice. And his energy level doesn't seem to be that bad.
Right.
So far.
So far.
No promises.
So far. I mean, which is okay. The weather is changing. This is a great opportunity for people to get the time to train them, exercise them. It makes sometimes for an easier addition to your home when it's spring.
Yeah, because when you're trying, you know, when you've got a puppy and, you know, you got to make sure you're taking the puppy out consistently in order to, you know, get those habits. And it's like minus 25.
Yes.
It's not
really
fun
hard.
for anyone.
It's really hard. Really hard.
Now that, as you said, the temperature's getting a little more comfortable, it's a little easier, it's a little more
inviting.
Inviting is a great word, to go outside and spend some time. And I mean, he'll be your buddy. He'll be your hiking buddy. He likes car rides.
He does. He's had a couple of them now. He's basically well underway to being a big old dog.
So
aren't you, buddy?
snoozy.
Oh, he's loving his life right now. I'm just going to leave him in her arms forever and run away.
I don't think she'd be upset about it. That's the thing.
Could you go home and say you found it?
That would be my excuse, is that you just you abandon it with me, and I have to save this puppy.
It's you know, it's going to go to the pound.
Yeah.
That's what happens with all my other dogs.
I had to take it.
That's right.
You have no choice.
By all means, go
Oh
for
my
it.
goodness.
He does have his vaccines. He's had his deworming, defleeing. He's now had 2 sets of vaccines, which is nice. And he's been started with the crate training. So things are on the go.
Oh my goodness. He's so cute. Now, I know that I gave the puppies names a few weeks ago, all starting with M's. There was 4 of them, but we can't remember what we named this one.
I can't remember.
So I think he needs a new name.
Yep.
So I'm thinking in honor of the Owen Sound Attack having made the playoffs, we're going to call him Colby.
Colby. And I will remember this one. Colby. Which is good. See, you also get
in
to
honor
get
of our captain, Colby Barlow.
There we go. Colby it is. He's like, I actually don't know what that means, but okay. No, you can call him whatever you want, but I do actually really like that name for him.
Yeah.
I think it's great. Why not?
He's so cute.
Hockey players, call us.
Oh my goodness. Now,
What's a puppy?
Right? Yeah, maybe, can you imagine if Barlow,
maybe he needs a dog.
Came and adopted
Congratulations.
Ta-da!
We've just come up with the perfect idea.
I love it. I love it. What do you think?
Now, as far as you said, you're getting quite a few dogs.
We
what
are.
about cats? Kitten season soon?
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. It seems to be a little delayed, which is nice for us, but it's coming as well. There will be all shapes and sizes and, all of that. The spring temperatures also brings us dogs and cats running away. P.S. Please make sure your pet has identification. It's not too late to buy your city tags at a discounted price. You've got only a couple weeks left, but please keep that in mind. Spring is springing, and we know because the phone is starting to ringing for sure with things running away and doing the things they do in the spring.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of posts recently on Facebook pages about animals getting out and cats, dogs being found. Breaks my heart every time because you're like, someone's looking for this animal.
Absolutely.
And all that, but definitely a reminder to make sure that they're chipped, they've got their tags, they're wearing their collars with their tags on it. I know that that's something that I'm definitely guilty of the odd time, letting my dog out to just go in the yard, and I'm thinking, oh, he's just going to the yard, he doesn't need his collar. But
That's how it gets you.
if he got a scent, I mean, they're labs, so if something got a scent, he would be gone.
Things happen.
And we don't have we live right by a very busy street, so we got to be careful.
Yeah,
but,
definitely.
This sweetheart is so cute.
You're not going to be disappointed.
No.
I know I'm not.
He's working it. He's working it for sure.
I think he's really trying to ensure that Vivica will take him home.
Or at least tell all her friends.
Right.
One or the other.
Well, now that I'm all hopped up on sugar, I can.
From the cupcakes. Yeah.
100%.
He's so cute. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, this is a sweet baby angel, and clearly they're getting amazing care.
Thank you. We're trying. We have a lot, so it's trying.
Yeah, it can be definitely challenging, the work, but I mean, when you see them placed into perfect homes, and it must be so rewarding when you see them, down the road after having been with you.
It is. There's nothing that we like more, and this is going to sound so terrible, but when someone calls us and says, our dog has passed and we got the dog from you, and not that part, but then they say, we had it 20 years or 15 years or 12 years and we loved it and we cared for it and it was with us. I mean, those are our favorite stories because we always wonder. We see them go and we're like, I hope it works out, buddy, and then you wait a couple of days and, in concern that you're going to get some calls, and then you don't get one, and then you get a little more excited, and then time goes by, and then finally we take a deep breath and go, okay, I think it's working.
Yeah.
I mean, and when you hear they've made it their whole lives with the people who love them, I mean, that's what we were hoping, and there's nothing better than that. We love updates, so if you adopt, certainly let us know. We love updates. I should mention speaking of updates, our 25-year anniversary is coming up. If you can imagine, it's been a dog's life for sure.
Amazing. Well, if you're interested in learning more about this guy or about the 25th anniversary, call them 519-372-1123. Thank you so much, Renee.
You're welcome. I was like, I don't know how many more minutes we got.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
I still remember the games, the laughter, the footsteps through the hallway. I'll never forget the challenges.
Every day I come back from work, it's always like this. We're yelling in front of the kids.
I'll never forget the help we needed. How far we've come.
This is a brain in urgent need of mental health care. But because 3 out of every 4 Indigenous people experience racism in healthcare, she may not get the help